Normally by this time of year we would be swooning over the latest Michaels and gift-wise exclusives, but 2025 is shaping up to be far from a typical year. The US-China trade war in 2025 represents a significant shift in global trade dynamics, with both nations employing strategic measures that have far-reaching economic implications. The evolving situation underscores the complexities of international trade relations and the challenges of navigating the economic independence in an increasingly fragmented global market. So why could this be so damning for holiday villaging? Can Lemax switch production sites? Isn't some of Department 56 made in Taiwan? Will you switch to Maynards and FG Square? Or is Donald Trump the Grinch that stole Christmas? Let's get into it. The US has imposed sanctions on the whole world, and I get why they have done it. The importing of goods, especially from China, is allowing their great economic rival to build and expand, progressing their infrastructure, and they are paying for it. The simplistic view is that companies will not import goods manufactured abroad if the tariffs is high enough, and that the companies will instead manufacture in the US. The chances of this happening, however, are somewhat slim. For starters, the cost of labour, even at minimum wage, is vastly more in the US. $7.25 per hour for a non-tipping job isn't much, but assuming the manufacturing companies in the Guangdong province of China, where Lemax have their pieces produced, pay China's minimum wage, Lemax would only be paying $358 per employee a month, instead of over $1,100 for a US worker, and they employ over 3,000 people in China. That's potentially an increase in labour of almost $29 million. There would obviously be money saved in not having to ship vast distances, but this may also be offset against the cost of factory space stateside, and I doubt they would completely shut their operations down in China and move everything to the US. It would likely be split, which Department 56 has done in the past, manufacturing in other parts of Asia such as Taiwan and Vietnam. Currently as it stands, goods imported from China face a tariff of a whopping 145%, but other countries less severely hit than China, like Taiwan, still have tariffs of 46%, so there's still a major increase, and as President Trump said, nobody's getting off the hook. American brands such as FG Square and Department 56 both use manufacturing sites in China. Rick Jackson, the managing director of Department 56, said that they have been working with the same family-run factory out of China for the last 4 decades, and is quoted as saying that that is a big part of our success is having that relationship. Department 56 have withstood bankruptcy, the Great Recession and a pandemic, but could this be a challenge too far? Their big new piece this year is the McAllister's house from Home Alone, and was advertised earlier in the year as being $300. At this point in time the price has not changed. As lovely as it is though, I can't see too many paying a tariff adjusted price of $735. Lemax have been under the spotlight of a lot of collectors in recent years, citing that prices are going up whilst the quality is going down. Surely only the truly die-hard and wealthy Lemax fan would be paying over $300 for a newly animated release. There has been breaking news from some Lemax retailers that whilst there is uncertainty regarding the tariff implications, some retailers may not be stocking the 2025 range. House of Holiday has secured an order of pieces that were available last year and have brought them in just before the tariff hike. Rumours have also been swirling that Michaels may no longer be stocking Lemax products at all, but I personally take this with a pinch of salt, and they've always been so successful for Michaels. Even the outrage of fans when Michaels made Lemax products exempt from coupon discounts did little to stop the shelves being stripped bare in most stores, months before the spooky and festive seasons were upon us. The lack of a reveal of Michaels' exclusive items has done nothing to quieten these rumours though, as us fans and villagers would love nothing more than to see a reveal in the very near future to quell all these fears. There is also a deafening silence regarding the tariffs from companies such as Lemax, who at their best are not very transparent and informative compared to Department 56. Unlike a superhero movie, where the world seems to only consist of North America, Lemax does have a massive European market. Of their reported 1.54 billion yearly revenue, only 50 million comes from the US. Of course, Lemax will be massively concerned about the impact that this will have, but it may be more detrimental to the retailers and the fans across the pond than Lemax themselves. Can retailers suffer the tariffs without passing on to the consumer, or are some of the retailers negotiating with the brands to split the difference between them? Typically, products in large retail stores such as Michaels have a markup price of 50 to 60%, hence how they are able to offer 40% off towards the end of the season. Now I can't say that this is also true of Lemax products, as I don't have that information, but I wouldn't be shocked to learn that they are the same, and I hope that smaller retailers are supported by the brands. We already had major shock last year when Giftspice announced that they were closing their doors for the very last time, and I have my fingers firmly crossed that others will not go the same way this year. With everything said, that's quite a lot of doom and gloom. Could villaging really die because of these tariffs? I'm strongly behind the answer of no. This will not be the end of villaging in the US just because a few brands take advantage of cheap production lines in China. The second-hand market could flourish if new pieces become too expensive. eBay, Etsy, Goodwill and Facebook could all see a massive increase of business, and who knows, without new yearly pieces helping to saturate the market, your collectibles could be worth even more money. There are more companies out there than Department 56 and Lemax. There are a ton of artisans spending hours to create products by hand. Grip 31, Christmas Village Creations, My Christmas Village UK, and even myself of course, all make pieces to complement the established brands. Or maybe you're feeling adventurous and can invest in a 3D printer to make your own, or you could purchase downloadable files from creators such as Illustralia, Cults or Thingiverse. I wonder what effect these tariffs will truly have, and I wonder if there's a bunch of very well paid lawyers looking at a way to beat the system. You see member prices versus non-member prices advertised all the time. As the tariffs are based upon the price the retailer pays, plus shipping and insurance, I wonder if companies could circumvent these tariffs by paying a yearly membership fee to be a retailer, which offsets the cost of the product. There will be no tariffs to pay on non-physical goods such as a membership. This all of course is very hypothetical and presumably not an option, or they have already come to this conclusion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Will you still be villaging with a 145% increase? Or would you buy a second hand, make your own, or something else? Whatever you guys do, I hope you come back for the next video when we take a look at Illustralia's Amityville House of the Devil.